Okay.
Okay, exit by comment. Okay, let's start with roll call. Ashley?
Commissioner Aiden,
Here.
Commissioner Moore, Commissioner Ashley, Commissioner Brandon,
Here.
Commissioner Caleb, Commissioner Cora, Commissioner Eden, here, Commissioner Jackson,
Here.
Commissioner Kirk, here, Commissioner Leo,
Here.
Commissioner Mason,
Here.
Commissioner Nakita,
She has decided to step down, so she's not going to be joining us.
Commissioner Saha, Commissioner Sarah, here, Commissioner Sophie.
Here. Okay, now we will open this meeting to public comment. Great. Okay, can everyone just go and look at the last meeting? Make sure everything's correct. When we're ready, we can approve the minutes.
I'm looking to approve the minutes.
I second that motion.
Okay, if you approve the minutes, go and say aye. If you disapprove, say nay. I'll start aye.
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 Aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect. Okay, moving on to announcements, and there are none. Old business, last time we discussed our work plan, and we created, during our subcommittee meetings, we created an initial outline for the events of our year. So now do we want to share that? Okay, which group would like to start? You?
So for leadership and community. Our idea is to sort of tag on to the Valentine's history walk that's being planned. And our idea is to add kind of a stop targeted for teens or new to Campbell and have a bunch of booths set up where they can learn about the different opportunities to get involved in their community. So we could have someone from community center, someone from summer camps, maybe someone from a sports league in town. And then also have depending on how long the stop is, maybe a bingo card, or if everyone gets to go to the surf spot at our area, then we can give them a practice or something like that. Or something.
And which organization is this with?
Civic Improvement Commission.
Perfect, thank you. Any other updates? How about we hear from everyone in the.
Yes, I would like that. Thank you, Jackson. So basically, where did we leave off? If has there been any updates specific to any interactive games? I know you mentioned the bingo card. Anything else that can be mentioned by someone else other than Jackson for that table, for that stop? Yeah.
So I'm part of the Teens Health and Wellness. So what we came up with was.
Sorry, real quick. This is specific to their committee. So we're talking about their specific committee. Are you guys going to be involved? You're part of Teen Health and Wellness, correct? So this is a different subcommittee. Yeah, but thank you. Well, don't worry. You'll have an opportunity.
Yeah.
Thank you for.
Talk about the game. I think one of the ideas that we had was about based on their career or what they want to go through. So it's the questions would ask different questions for different interests, and whatever it how many questions to get right or something could guide them to a top.
I like it.
Nice. How long do you think the stop will be, or are you guys still deciding?
We're still waiting on updates.
Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't got all the approvals from everyone who wants to be there to introduce Stop Price, so we can't really give them a timeline.
So just updates that I have. I did reach out again today to Sophia with the Civic Improvement Commission to ask about what the general timeframe is so that you can start to really plan for it. So I think things that you really need to take in the next several weeks, but prior to the holiday break, and that's the expectations for all groups with subcommittee planning is, what would it be that can actually draw teens in to want to participate in this, right? Really focusing on that part because while we want there to be interactive and something cool, obviously at the booth itself, it's like what is going to be the work that you're going to do to get that interest? Is there interest in trying to reach out to different organizations who might provide either swag or things to like help incentivize the teens? So again, really thinking about what is it that's going to make it so that your friends will be like, yeah, I'd love to participate in this on Valentine's Day of that Saturday. Because if we don't have the teens, then again, what are we with that?
Okay, who has not spoken? Mason?
I was probably just gonna say that we could probably like reuse that same kind of format that we did last year and for the bingo cards. And I think we haven't really decided yet on whether it would be like just for our boost, the bingo card. Cause that would be like, I'm not sure where that would go, like the limited amount of time, or whether it might just be like we have like people at like different stations across the walk, like giving stamps.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm with the team.
Oh, my fault.
Is there anyone else that
Yeah.
can share from the subcommittee?
Right. So yeah, once we get a better idea, of course, from the other committee with the civic improvement, that will help really guide your planning. So my goal is to really get some answers for you all in the next week or two so that you can really know what kind of your time frame is looking like, what you can work with. And then my recommendations would be is to divide up within the actual, whether it's a 2-hour time frame, whatever it is, like really come up with the structure of what that's going to look like because ultimately, if it's a walk where people are coming every maybe 10, 15 minutes, like what is that activity or those things that you're going to share and really focus on during that time and see how you can divide and conquer within your committee to work on different parts of the table. Yeah.
Have you guys decided on having any sort of like social media campaign or if you're gonna go visit businesses to get like, as saying like swag, gift cards, anything of like incentive, because you guys mentioned prizes?
Think for campaigning, media campaign, I think we'll discuss with the other subcommittee and maybe ask what they're doing to get out the word and also help them in that and specifically getting the word out to teens.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, our plan was to contact not only people part of the community, but also other community opportunities that maybe aren't like public in the city. So like other, like I said, sports leagues, like you can send out an email and ask if they'd like to be a part of this, either like through a representative or just give us like the information we can tell you, and then maybe ask for like some swag or something to give out as well.
Okay, great.
Great job. Thank you, Jackson.
Okay, let's do the teens' health and wellness. Kirk?
Okay,
Wanna start?
so what we thought of was, in the open house, we were gonna have like a certain section or like a station that teens could, kind of just like relax and have fun through, different games. And I don't think we have decided on a time frame yet.
So the open house itself is going to be 10 to 1 is what we decided today. So really it's you have that time from 10 to 1 to decide what you want to use with that time. And ideally, when it comes to promoting this event, just like all the other subcommittee events, is identifying what's happening during that time block. That way you can hopefully catch the attention of people if you're saying like, hey, from 10 to 10:30, we're going to be doing some kind of fitness, thing or a yoga thing or whatever it may be at the different time blocks and things like that. So again, that's what you all will need to work on is identifying what it is that you want for fitness, the full fitness, wellness, and creating some kind of structure for what that 3-hour period is going to look like.
So ideally, we were going to have the games last 20 to 30 minutes. We chose 3 games. It was dodgeball, capture the flag, and crab soccer. And yeah, we were hoping that we could maybe use it as a station that, a part of the open house that, hey, teens are doing this for 20 minutes and interact with each other.
Very good. All right, thank you for sharing that.
So I wasn't at the meeting, but I was talking with Aiden about what they talked about. And I think the general rationale or the motivation behind what we're doing is sort of similar to the open house, or not the open house, but the open gym concept we had a couple years ago,
Mhm.
even last year too. But basically, like Aiden was saying, we're gonna have those 3 events and that timing. But the rationale is just to have teams come in. And I think that event we did a couple years ago was pretty popular by itself.
Mhm.
But then I know you were talking about like how we're gonna advertise it to teams specifically. So then I guess we do similar things. I mean, A is just handing flyers at the school. But then also B is we can do stuff on social media and like
Mhm.
during our subcommittee times, we can, I guess, do something similar to what we did last year in terms of the marketing, of the videos that we did on it. So
Absolutely. Perfect. And that's where this, your next subcommittee meeting that you have this month will be really diving into having a good framework of what the plan is going to be and what you want to include and what is going to motivate teens to participate. So really, you're going to have just October and November and December subcommittees to have everything really ready to go so that it can just be, small final touches, but the framework should be identified fully, completely before the holiday break.
Okay, is there anyone else in teens health and wellness that has not gone?
So we were thinking of obviously like putting posters at schools and things like that to advertise it. And yeah, obviously like Instagram, like social media outreach. Yeah, and we're thinking of also like having like a snack station kind of thing there. I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like a lot of people come for the snacks. So I feel like that would be something that would draw teens to this whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think another thing that would possibly draw attention is maybe like gift cards, like reaching out to businesses or like sports basement and being like, hey.
Do you guys have a list of businesses you want to reach out to?
So that's a good action item.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, anyone else? Okay. So teens or life skills commit subcommittee, I can start for us. We are also doing our event on the open house day and building off of your snack stations. We're actually doing like a little cooking station. So you like teens can learn how to cook like basic recipes. Each one is going to be like 20 to 30-minute increments of like, hey, here's like a little fresh recipe. You can eat it, you can make it, like all those fun things. And we're partnering with
Hopefully with Junior Chef Stars, if for some reason they are unable to, I emailed them back again today because I had not heard back. So, I feel pretty confident that we could find someone in the community that can help us if they're not available. So,
Yes, and adding on to that, we are planning a sort of passive kind of project in which we are going to be posting tips about, life skills and, civic tips and things such as budgeting, mental health, just like things that'll help teens in life on social media, just like, a little tip of the day. And we're planning to do that about twice a month. So yeah, we've come up with a list of specific ideas that we want to focus on, and we have divided up the work amongst us. So each of us are responsible for a certain amount of tips, and then we're just going to have all of that ready to go and just roll them out each month.
awesome. And then I'll just say with something to think about with social media, because how many of you have an Instagram? Most of us do. I run the social media for Campbell Recreation. And so whenever I see different things being posted by the schools or organizations that are especially free opportunities, we really need to stay away from things that cost money if it's not a city sponsored program. So please, whenever you see things on your social media, because we might not be following every single thing of the teen schools or the middle schools or high schools or whatever it may be, please just send that in a message to Campbell Recreation. If you're not all following us, you should be following us. That is a homework task to do tonight. But that way we can reshare it. And that right there is something that we're saying we're actively working on how to promote, voices of teens in Campbell and everything. Now, while you don't get to actually access our Campbell Recreation to post it, by you taking the time to send things to our account is how you can be actively involved, and it can be another passive thing. So that's a challenge put on every one of you that has social media. If you don't have social media, you don't have social media, but I know most of you do. So please think about things that you can share or tag us in the comments, things like that.
Yes, and on that note, make sure that we are reposting all of, or any of the Campbell posts that pertain to youth commission or any like events and stuff. Because by having it on your story, your entire audience is all friends, and then they share it with their friends, and then the word spreads really quickly, which is
Yes.
one, I mean, I know social media has a lot of downsides. But this is one of the good things that we can do.
Absolutely. We all know that teens are on their phones a lot. So there's really no excuse. If you have a social media, there's really no excuse that you should be reposting everything. Me, myself, personally, I'm always reposting stuff of Campbell Recreation because I'm passionate about it and I want to spread the word past just the people I know who are through obviously the city and Campbell Recreation, but people in the Silicon Valley. So that again is a challenge for all of you.
Ashley, do you wanna?
Yeah, like you guys said, we're gonna have space in the kitchen, and we're just focusing on healthy, easy recipes for teens to do. And then also, like Sarah said, for social media, we made a long list of like simple how-tos around the house, like chores and.
And my recommendation would be for these, we need to be mindful of how we work, obviously offline in our subcommittee meetings because we need to not be in a quorum. But what I would recommend is when you're both in that next subcommittee meeting is sketching out what you'd like that time frame to be and to really to optimize the time of the teams that are there. What I would recommend is maybe you can stagger it so that each subcommittee is taking turns. So it's not that everything's happening all at the same time for that 3-hour period. Maybe the first, 20 minutes starts off with an activity and then it goes into a cooking activity, then something that's, again, back to your subcommittee so that you can all be also a part of it and it gets the most turnout. So that would be what I would encourage you to do. So with that, you can at least just basically, as we get closer, identify, okay, well, who starts with what, but kind of have those time blocks in there so that we are not competing for teen participation.
I don't really have much to say. I think you covered it all, but we just went through all of the ideas. So we already have all the ideas for all of our social media like projects established. So like everything from exercise to like sort of like, or not exercise, that's like wellness. But like important things like cybersecurity
Yes.
and financial literacy, that's another important one. So like we just thought of all the ideas. Now it's only like the execution.
Awesome.
Okay, does anyone have any questions about any of the subcommittee plans or any comments they want to add on, any ideas? This is the time to talk about
Okay.
it. Lauren, do you have anything?
I'll just add with the subcommittees, again, when you have that meeting in October on the 20th, I would say to really just set yourselves up for success, plan to be there for sure from 7 to at least 8:30, if not closer to 9, because again, that's when you can really work on the meat of what these projects are. We're here in these meetings, it's more about updates.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, now moving on to new business. We're going to go over the commissioner.
Yeah, so something that I had discussed with Alex, who he is out sick unfortunately tonight. But ideally something to think about when we plan for the next term is to not have the chair, vice chair, and the secretary in the same group. It just happened to be that way, which is totally fine. But we want to make sure that all the groups are feeling that support and whatnot. So we've decided that we are having Ashley is going to be really kind of the representative of the leadership of the Youth Commission for your subcommittee is civic engagement.
Yes.
And then I'll let you two decide who was going to do for which one.
I am teen health and wellness.
And then
I'm going to make.
so that way, again, you are in charge of, those in the subcommittee for health and wellness and for teen recreation or engagement. It's your subcommittees, but they're there to help prompt conversations if they, notice that there maybe is a bit of a lull in it, things aren't happening, things like that. I'm putting that on them to, again, prompt this subcommittee, each subcommittee to get involved. And then again, by having it where they're each assigned to different ones, we're not going to go over a quorum. So again, the goal is not that they're going to be taking over or taking on any work. It's to just help, again, make you all feel supported, and knowing that by being a chair, vice chair, and a secretary, you're taking on a bit more. You have of a role with supporting the team as a whole. Any questions or thoughts on that? No? Okay. Nope.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, perfect. Now we'll move on to our Oktoberfest fun run. So this is going to be on October 18th. Do we have the time?
Yes, so I sent out the link to everybody on the chat on Slack with the sign up genius. The expectation that we went over at the beginning of this term was that every single person is volunteering at the Oktoberfest Fun Run. If you, for some reason, are not available that Saturday, you should have already communicated with me. So if I haven't heard from you that there's a reason why, I need you to be messaging me in Slack to explain what it is. If it's obviously if you have a sporting, you know, if you're a part of a team and you're playing that day, or, you know, SAT test, whatever it may be. But I do need that explanation because it is very important that we are fully supporting this as, again, one of the passive events, since we're focused on more interactive events in the winter, spring. So if you haven't signed up yet on Sign Up Genius, I need everybody to sign up by this Friday, absolutely at the deadline. And if you haven't signed up, then you're messaging me on Slack to explain why it is that you can't participate on Oktoberfest that Saturday. And if you can't that Saturday, there is the packet pickup opportunity. So again, I need everybody to make sure that they are communicating. My assumption is that if I haven't heard from you, that you are signing up. And then from there, Liz, who is our aquatic specialist, who I'm sure many of you have met at past events, she is going to be looking to see from the Sign Up Genius who of the youth commissioners she'll probably have more specific like areas that she wants you to be there to support within the Fun Run event itself. So stay tuned for communication from Liz.
Do you have the
Sorry, the time? Yes. So the time will probably be as early as 8 a.m. would be 8, maybe 8:15 a.m. I can't remember what's on the Sign Up Genius. Typically, we are out of there by 12 p.m.
And Ms. Lauren, are we gonna be having like a youth commissioner or Campbell recreation table like the last?
There will be, and I'll probably be looking for a youth commissioner who can stand at the table. So.
Awesome.
So the more information that you have, oh, I realize we are not going to have our subcommittee meeting until after the fun run that Monday. But again, if there's opportunities that you want to try to put together some kind of little basic flyer of information of what's coming for winter, spring for youth commission, that would be a good opportunity to have that physically at that table.
Okay, so if one of us were to make it, can we send it over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just need anything that's made, need to send it to me where I have linked to access through Canva. Or if it's easier, I can create I can create just like the actual, thing, start a new one, it'd be from scratch, and then share the link and then you edit it off of there. But I do need access to be able to make any changes to it.
Also just a quick note, if you guys are needing volunteer hours, you can bring your paper and either have Lauren or whoever else is there sign it when you guys are done.
Absolutely. And please encourage your friends. Also, we're looking for more volunteers for day of. So the more the merrier. It's really great to have a lot of people there to help cheer on our runners and to promote that community engagement.
And if they don't want to volunteer them to run. So
yeah. And we are really encouraging people to sign up really ideally by today, if not tomorrow, because in order to secure that 10K or 5K shirt, if you are looking to sign up, adults 25 and under will receive $25 off their registration. So it's $25 to sign up, which includes the medal, the shirt, and participation in the fun run and access to the different fun coupons and things that our sponsors share with you.
Okay. Okay, next we have the library grand opening event. So Gwyneth Evan, librarian of Santa Clara County, has invited us to host a table at the library grand opening on Saturday, November 22nd. Time has yet to be fully determined. So we're going to be hosting a table, and at that table we will be advertising youth commission. So wear your shirts or your hoodies, and also advertising our teen events. This is a really good opportunity. If you can't get flyers by October 18th, I would say maybe definitely have them by November 22nd. And then we can just like give them out, tell them like, hey, like this is what we're about, all of those things. Any questions?
What roles would we be doing there? Cause like there's gonna be a lot of us at the table and we might not all be there.
So yeah, I'll get better clarification and see, you know, and also realistically, obviously want to see how many, if people can't come, this one is not as mandatory as Oktoberfest, right? So if there are people that are not able to attend, you know, we'll have a sign up for that. So that's a great question. And then potentially maybe helping it, the library might need some support, just like with greeting people or passing things out, that might be. And then, yeah, let's just make it a goal that by the November official meeting that we have drafts of our flyers for winter, spring events. Again, it can be more general, but at least save the dates for this information so that we can make sure we have it for the library opening.
Any other questions? And does anyone know for sure that they cannot already go?
I think my school's PSAT for like juniors is on that day.
It's on the
Um,
18th.
Is it
Yeah.
actually?
Wait, no, this is November 22nd.
No, I'm talking about the fun run.
Oh, for the fun run.
Oh.
Can you message me in Slack? Because I won't. Yeah,
Also
thank you.
forgot
I
about-
apologize.
No, that's-
I didn't see the date for the fun run. I was-
No problem. Thank you for thinking of it. Go ahead and send me that message in Slack.
I also forgot that we have.
I also.
Okay, so
All right, we will.
yeah, so again, this is where by this Friday, I need those messages because we put these dates out at the beginning of the term. It's really important that we're looking ahead at the schedule and that we're thinking about that so that we are fulfilling our duties and our commitments that we've talked about.
Okay, perfect.
Obviously, like that's an example of course, an excusable thing. But again, if this is something that's been on the calendar, that needs to be communicated as soon as possible.
I think they didn't release the times until a little while ago. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's on us.
yeah, that's
We'll
on
have
us.
it,
We
yeah.
will have.
Thank
And
you.
I think
We will
I'll
message
do
that,
after.
Sarah.
I know I can make it as soon as the test is over.
Yeah,
I will rush
same.
over and whatever I can help,
Okay.
at least clean up.
Again, send me a message if whoever it is that is planning to not be able to fully participate if they have that test or another commitment by this Friday.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and then our calendar reminders are, we have our next subcommittee meeting on October 6th, 7 to 8:39. So set that aside.
On what day?
October 6th.
That's today.
Oh my gosh.
No worries.
Sorry, guys.
October 20th.
20th,
Mhm.
perfect. Sorry. And then also our fun run on the 18th, 8:12 p.m.
And then I'll chime in to say that we also have, I sent to everybody, the city council, we do on October 21st, we will be presenting the work plan items. And so Alex will be connecting with Sophie and Sarah, because you two as the chair and vice chair are the ones that will be doing the presentation. It's typically 5 minutes. It's really not that long of a time, but it is important that everybody is there in attendance to support and represent the city of Campbell. So that is scheduled for 7 p.m. on, again, Tuesday, the 21st of October, so the day after our subcommittee meeting. I'll send this reminder as well of just communication if someone has a legitimate excuse as to why they cannot participate at that. And then, of course, if there's, interest, if you're already there and on site, and if you want to go and get ice cream after Starbucks or work on things as a subcommittee, since you're all together, you are welcome to do so, not mandatory, because we'll be getting together the day before. But again, it's really up to you as the youth commission if you want to look for opportunities to bond or do other things outside of our meeting.
Okay, anything else?
No.
Perfect. That is all we have for today. Does anyone have any questions or comments on anything to add at all that we've covered today? Okay.
No. Okay.
Okay, I hereby adjourn
Time
at, I cannot,
7:29.
7:29.
Recording.